Hey guys, shalom and welcome back to ReligionWinked TV, guys. I just want to come on here and tell you how disgusting some people can actually be. You are now listening to ReligionWinked TV's podcast,
All day long.
where you can get all your spirituality for sure. What I mean by that, I was gonna do an update on the lady Sandra Lindsay and give you more detailed information about why she actually took the COVID-19 vaccination yesterday, being the first black person, and let's just say being the first black woman and person in America to take the COVID-19 vaccination. So basically, I'm going to give you a profound statement she said, and I told you it's kind of like almost as if they're selectively and strategically picking people out of the lineup in order to come out and pander to the black community. So just before I get into her though, I would love to tell you about this a-hole. And I'm going to call him an a-hole here, guys, because some things is just ridiculous for people to do. Now, out of Atlanta, there's rumors and reports of rumors and rumors of wars and all kinds of other diverse temptations going on, where a man literally said and faked that he had COVID-19 and caused the whole damn plantation job employment to shut down. You hear what I'm saying, guys? Listen to this. Please listen to this. A man in Atlanta pleaded guilty to wire fraud related to a scheme to defraud his Fortune 500 employer by submitting a falsified medical letter claiming he had contracted COVID-19. The Justice Department announced on Monday. Federal authorities says Santwon Antonio Davis, 35, caused more than $100,000 in company losses after his employer shut down its Atlanta facilities for cleaning. Listen. While investigating the case, check this out, guys. Authorities found that Davis had previously lied to the company about the death of his child to deceive company benefits, but it was discovered that the child never existed. How disgusting! And guys, I really don't know. I really don't know if this man is black or not. I didn't get there yet. It don't matter what race you are. This is bullshit, y'all. This is ridiculous. A man in Atlanta faked a COVID-19 diagnosis, forcing his employer to shut down its facilities and his coworkers to quarantine for no reason. Yeah, you gotta let me know down below. How would you respond? How would you react? I mean, you see how I'm reacting, and this is probably as far as I'm gonna go. I said it's bullshit. He's an asshole, and it's ridiculous how people are out here freaking using COVID-19 for every goddamn excuse they possibly can. And then we find out in this story, he defrauded his company on some death benefits for a child that never existed. What the hell are we dealing with, people? What the hell is really going on? In the words of Beanie Man, has the world gone mad? Has the world gone mad? For the love of God, y'all. So, it goes on to say, this man in Atlanta pleaded guilty on Monday to wire fraud after costing his company hundreds of thousands of dollars by faking a positive COVID-19 diagnosis, the U.S. Department of Justice said again on Monday. Listen, you had the woman taking Sandra Lindsay taking the first vaccination ever, a black woman of Jamaican descent, and her reasons why she did it. And I said it in that video. I introduced you to her yesterday. Check that video out, and then please come back and listen to my commentary on what I'm going to say to her in a moment. But first things first, the defendant also pleaded guilty to bank fraud after falsifying documents to a mortgage company while on bond for his original COVID-19 wire fraud charge. Lord have mercy. I don't know, guys, but I'm starting to think that this brother, this sister, this person has a lot of issues going on. And it's the main thing is greed here, okay? Greed. The love of money is the root of all evil, and that's what I see over this whole entire story right now. So, the Department of Justice said Davis' false COVID-19 claim cost his company over $100,000 and forced the unnecessary quarantine of several of his co-workers. The defendant caused unnecessary economic loss to his employer and distress to his coworkers and their families, U.S. Attorney Byung Pak said in a statement. Quote, we will take quick action through the Georgia COVID-19 task force to put a stop to coronavirus-related fraud schemes. Guys, this is freaking ridiculous. Bad enough, most of our family, friends, loved ones, co-workers, everybody pretty much lost their life. Thomas Tiny Lister Jr. just allegedly from natural causes due to COVID-related issues. I mean, Ashanti just came out. Some said it was because of the versus battle and she didn't really could sing and stand up to Keisha Cole. So she said, oh, I got COVID. People are just randomly. Hell, it's hard to get the proof you need, period, because you don't know if the government's lying. When you go in a hospital for a sniffle, you come out COVID-19. I did a video on a black woman not too long ago when COVID first started. They diagnosed her with COVID, didn't take her temperature. I mean, she went in. She mentioned a little loss of taste. I'll link the video down below, guys. Please. People are going in the hospital or doctor's office and coming out with COVID, if you ask me, because the hospitals and clinics, and I'm sorry, you essential workers, but I've been in nursing since 95. Y'all are some of the most super spreaders of all infectious diseases, if you ask me. Practice universal precaution, y'all. This shit had me tight. I was coming on to do a follow-up for Sandra, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with Mr. Davis because it goes on to say, while under investigations, federal authorities uncovered additional evidence showing that Davis had told his company that his child had died and that Davis had submitted documents for paid bereavements leave related to his child's death. Y'all, this is disgusting. Oh my God. At a Fortune 500 company, bro, you ain't making enough money. Go to your boss, ask for a raise, apply for a new position, get a second job, work 2-3 jobs, get a YouTube channel. What the hell? And it's hardworking people like myself and many of you out there that can't catch a freaking break for the most part. Living an honest, decent life. But yet you got people like this scamming and getting over on the masses that seem to get all the freaking attention and that seems to get all the breaks in life, right? Well, let's hope they break him out of his wickedness. Let's hope this breaks him out of his lack of integrity, lack of values, morals. How dare he? It ain't even about COVID no more. How dare he put a death on a child that don't even exist to get money from the company? I gotta find a picture of him so we can insert it here somewhere. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I'm gonna let you know. Wow, this is disturbing to me. Authorities found that the child never existed and was fabricated for Davis to obtain benefits. What in the hell is going on? So it basically says, went on a pre. All right, guys. So in addition to this crazy story, he went on while on pre-trial, released from his original charge of COVID-19, in his wire fraud case. Davis submitted a mortgage application with several fraudulent statements, including fabricated earnings and employment history. According to the release, the mortgage company discovered the fraud after seeing Davis' COVID-19 charges in the news. And baby, your sins will find you out. No matter what you're out here doing or what you think you're getting away with, I always say you could try to get over on me, but you can't get over on God. It's biblical. Your sins will find you out. Your greed, your lust, your love of the root of all evil is the love of money, will find you out. Lying about a death certificate for bereavement benefits on your job, saying that there's a little girl dead, there's a child dead, it is your sin's gonna find you out. And also the Bible says, y'all, if you know to do good and don't do good, if you know to do good and don't do good, y'all, that's a sin as well. So what do you think's gonna happen here? I tell you, it's never too late to repent. And if you repent and face God and turn from your wicked ways, there's hope for you. That's the only hope we need to be hoping for in this world. All other hope is false hope. Until you turn from your wicked ways and face God again, that's the only hope for you in this world, okay? So, the case was investigated by the federal FBI with the assistance of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Office and the Inspector Generals, because he probably was on Section 8 or welfare or getting some kind of governmental assistance. And it basically goes on to say his streak of lies ended when he took advantage of the pandemic to cause undue harm to the company he worked for and their employees, said Chris Hacker, special agent in charge of the FBI Atlanta. Quote, the FBI, our federal and state partners remain vigilant in detecting, investigating, and prosecuting any fraud related to this crisis we are all facing. And then it goes on to say, oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let me just wrap it up here, guys. The pandemic is a dangerous enough situation going on without any wrongdoers making it worse or exacerbating the situation, okay? To seek profit from public panic relief funds, this sort of conduct cannot be tolerated, should not be tolerated, and won't be tolerated. Barr says here, every U.S. Attorney's Office and thus hereby directed to prioritize the detection, investigation, and prosecution of all criminal conduct related to the current pandemic. Now, let me go back up and find his name for you again. Santwon, Santwon, Antonio Davis. Santwon Antonio Davis could almost be of a Latino descent, almost certainly maybe black here. I am going to Google, see if I can find a picture. He's 35 years old. He caused his company over $100,000 in damage due to faking a fake positive COVID-19 test, having his employee co-workers quarantined for no reason. In the midst of all of that, I believe while probably working at the same job, he had filed some benefits for death bereavements and leave of absence so that he can get money for a child that was never dead and never existed. And also, it was uncovered in this story that he had defrauded the mortgage company by inflating his earnings, putting false earnings, jacking it up, saying he probably get more than what he did. And it was there the mortgage company saw his COVID-19 fake news, and was able to uncover lies about the mortgage. So, guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire crazy situation. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. But I just want to reiterate this right here. Federal authorities says Santwon Antonio Davis caused more than $100,000 in company losses after his employer shut down its Atlanta facilities for cleaning. While investigating the case, authorities found that David has previously lied to the company about the death of his child to receive company benefits, but it was discovered that the child never existed. What do you say about the company and the thoroughness of its uh, vetting and screening its employees? And why didn't the company pick up on this a lot sooner? Has other people done this in the company? Has this man, Mr. Davis, done this to other companies? Do you know anybody that's going around defrauding their job and taking advantage of things? Wow, this is just a sick, sick, sick case, y'all. So in March 2020, U.S. Attorney General William Barr sent a memo to U.S. attorneys warning about fraudulent activities stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. Guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire crazy situation down below. But before I do, let me go over here, if I can, and read to you exactly what this young lady said. Hold on one second. One second. Let me pull her up. I have her on my screen, but I don't want to mess up the podcast here. One second, guys. I'm gonna give you some update. One second. All right, so hopefully I'll pull up the same. All right, New York Times. So basically, Sandra Lindsay, the first black ever person in America to take the COVID, she basically came out and said, you know what, guys? I am doing this to instill public confidence. I am doing this so other people who look like me will go ahead and get the vaccination. And I've been telling you, it's always been about putting people in our community that look like us, that's not really for us, allegedly. When you look in the woman's eyes, if you go back and look at the video from yesterday, she looked like she may have allegedly already contracted COVID. And some people walk around asymptomatic, don't have symptoms. They may have the cough, no fever. They may have a sniffles, no fever, no cough. Nobody really knows how to diagnose this or detect this, or what is the fundamental basis for even having COVID. Because nowadays you can go to hospital for diabetes and come out with COVID, or you could die from natural causes and be linked up to COVID. So nobody really knows what's going on. But this woman, she has said, bear with me, y'all. Where was that article? Where was the article? I just want to read it, quote, quote, quote. I have it on my computer, and I got the link in the video I did yesterday. It's a bio about her coming from Jamaica to America, grinding hard to be a critical nurse. That's a tough industry. I think she's at Hopewell, Queens, New York City. I don't know if she have children, family, all of that. There's a bio. There was a Q&A she did with a news site, right? But in it, guys, I want you to see what she says. Oh, so here's a quote right here, and I'm going to make sure I take a picture of it and put it inside the video. She says, quote, "That was the goal today." She came with the intentions of having a goal for this COVID, okay? Listen, she said in a phone interview on Monday not to be the first one to take the vaccine, but to inspire people who look like me, who are skeptical in general about taking vaccines. Baby. Oh, hell no. Who sent you, lady? Lady, let me tell you something. I love my people, but they always using my people like you, who always want to lead by example, who always want to pander and cater to the black people who have some resistance or some skepticism about taking vaccines or sterilization or the injections or the market of beasts. They'll send people like you. Who sent you? Because yesterday, when you said you were trying to instill public confidence, I see what the hell she talking about. You do it for you and do it for you only. You know, just like when you become a Christian, you don't do it to instill public confidence. You do it for a personal relationship with the Lord. So that what you did with COVID and that vaccine, keep that between you and you, honey. No, 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 no. They always send the pretty ones, the fine ones, the most influential of this one, this one. Oh, they'll listen to you. Joe Biden, go get Cardi B. Kamala Harris, put on Timberlands. Just pander to the black community. Put the pretty faces out there. Put this out there. Put that out there. And before you know it, all the little sheeple gonna be lined up like the rats in the cheese line when government day used to come around, that big block cheese, and they gonna take the vaccination in droves. Baby, who sent you? Now, real quick, let me go on and give you some commentary. So yesterday, it basically, she says, because of lingering skepticism about the vaccine, even among some of our own staff, Miss Lindsay, the director of critical care nursing. See, directive, take the damn vaccination or you gonna die. Vote for Joe Biden or you ain't black. There's director and directives in the land, okay? And they're using people. They're using people. If you go to hospital for sniffles, you dying of COVID. It is what it is in America. You die of natural causes, they writing it off as COVID. You go. What's the standards of identifying what really COVID is? A lot of people get their temperatures checked, but they still have a cough. They still have the sniffles. They still have or you might have no fever in the cough, or you might have fever, no cough. Like, come on, people. They don't even know how to gauge what the symptoms really is for COVID. All they want to do is supersede what the Spanish flew in on the fly, did in 1918, okay? Killed 675,000 plus people, documented, okay? And they've been trying to outdo that number. They have a quota. Bill Gates wants to eliminate carbon monoxide in the world. And killing off people is they do it, okay? You don't know what's in that vaccination. And for her to say she's want to instill public confidence, we don't need to be confident on you take. That's between you and the COVID vaccination. So anyway, it goes on to say, guys, I'm just no. She says she wants to lead by example, particularly as a black woman who understands the legacy of unequal and racist medical treatment and experimentation on people of color. And lady, I told you yesterday, eugenics, depopulation control. I told you carbon monoxide has to be cleared up according to Bill Gates. I told you yesterday all the experiments they do on us in that video called Critical Care Nurse. Sandra Lindsay takes first vaccination in NYC. And you talking about you back science. And I said to you, Miss Lindsay, if you back science, please, for the love of God, research Bill Gates his father, Henry Kissinger, and so on and so forth. Sterilization, everything they tried on us. And now they got you pandering to our community of color with this vaccination that resonates with the mark of the beast in so many ways. I knew it was something, guys, real quick. That was the goal today, she says, in a phone interview on Monday, yesterday. Not to be the first one to take the vaccine. Nope. Not just be the first one. Nope. Like, really. Who wants to be the first to take the vaccine? Why didn't they use it on their children? Or why didn't they themselves who invented it take the shit themselves? Huh? Huh, Miss Lindsay? See, you being a little too big for your britches here. You're not making any sense to me. They invented the vaccination. Why didn't they try it on themselves? Why didn't they bring mama vaccinator inventor? Why didn't they bring grandmama? Why didn't they bring the kids of the people who created this thing in a very quick time? But Trump said 5 years waiting or 5 years in the making, or the vaccination is 5 years ahead of its time. You better listen to what they're saying, lady. And I knew yesterday there was something I said it wasn't right. So she came back with this and she says, but to inspire people who look like me. I don't need your inspiration when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccination. Nah, we don't. I'm sorry, we don't need that kind of inspiration. It should be on an as needed, per basis, as wanted, as desired. I asked you yesterday in that video, I basically was like, now that you got the vaccination, do you still have to wear your mask? Does the vaccination keep you from getting the COVID? Trial and error. They've been working on us like lab rats since the days of Jesus, lady. And I think you're just helping them out here a little bit to try to get the rest of us to be guinea pigs and follow you in that laboratory. And we ain't going, okay? So it basically goes on to say, who are skeptical in general about taking vaccines, who are skeptical in general about taking vaccines. She goes on to say, it feels surreal, she said. It's a huge sense of relief for me and hope. In what? You are now listening to ReligionWinked TV's podcast.
All day long.
Where you can get all your spirituality for sure. I just told you the only hope you need in this world is to turn from your wicked ways and face the Messiah again, girl. That's the only hope that we need right now against all of what you're talking about, the unequal inequality and injustice and cruel and inhumane behavior. The only hope that's left for us in this world is to turn from the wickedness of their ways, which is pushing off vaccines and all this other things on us that our bodies don't even. Remember, we're a melanated people. We can't be putting all kind of substances and things put they could body and probably shouldn't be putting in their body either, baby. But we can't be doing all of that. So I don't agree with you, Sandra Lindsay, at all. And neither do I agree with the asshole, Santwon, Antonia Davis, faking his COVID-19. Y'all let me know what you think about this. It should be surreal to you. Growing up in Jamaica before she immigrated to the United States 30 years ago, Miss Lindsay helped take care of her grandmother, her primary caregiver, who had hypertension and diabetes. Okay, so she's good. She's a servant too. I get that. But somebody's serving you up alive. Somebody's serving you up on a poo-poo platter, lady, and got you out here trying to instill public confidence back to the masses when we don't need this kind of confidence right now. You could be confident that COVID-19 worked for you. And I'm going to keep telling people, be confident in God that they don't need this vaccination. One, that two is trial and error. Why don't they try it on whoever invented it? Even that black lady they tried to say is on the so even the black woman, Dr. Fauci, is saying that on the board of the COVID vaccination. All I want to say to you is be careful, be mindful, judge what goes in your body. Don't let nobody dictate what goes into you. Make sure you do your own personal research. Basically, as far as the young man go in the front, Santwon Antonio Davis, God forbid he ever have children and his daughter, child, son come up dead because of this scam right here. People, we got to be careful in the black community what we speak out of our hearts to come through our mouths. Because once you speak it, it's going to manifest itself eventually, sooner than later in most cases, okay? And then also with our director of critical care nursing. She's running a multitude of facilities in New York City. So the woman is doing her thing. She's about it. But I looked in this woman's eyes in the picture at the beginning of this video. Something don't sit well with her. Being on the front line since COVID, she may have contracted. And let me tell you something about a lot of foreigners and black people in general. If sickness come, if the sniffles come, if she had gotten a fever or had a cough along the way, they would disguise it and hide it because they need the money. We don't want to be without the money. We can't take time off from work. We got to pay our bills. We got to feed our family, this, that, and the third. So I'm going to go ahead and link the link to her personal bio and Q&A questions. She was very, frank and honest about her life and as far as the interview of it. But anyway, what else did I want to say about this? Guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire crazy situation. Please, let's get this conversation popping. What do you think about the man faking a positive COVID fake positive COVID results to a Fortune 500 company where he in the past wrote off a death bereavement claim so that he can get money for a deceased child that never existed, and on top of that wrote bad documents to a mortgage company, all in one story, right? Well, we sipping tea over here with no shade, talking everything up to Yahweh. Why? Because my spiritual ears stay. Right. And so this woman here wanting to be a martyr for America. Look what I've done. I'm the first black person ever in America to take the COVID. And I didn't do it to be number one. I did it to be an example. Hell, that's usually what number one is, right? How you going to be an example if you ain't leading the way? And you're leading the way to somewhere a lot of us don't want to go with you, lady. Now, answer my question. If you take the vaccination, can you stop wearing the mask? Are you immune to every damn thing else we should be wearing a mask for out here? And is this vaccination really going to stop you from getting COVID? Guys, let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for listening to my video. And my mad commentary over here, the madness thereof, right? I hope you guys can appreciate hard work, because some of us still do work hard, even on our YouTube videos, okay? We edit a little bit. We do a little research. I mean, we get on here and give it our best, okay? And with that being said, thank God you don't store your treasures up in the earth, where things can break in, steal, rob, rust, corrode it. And also you got to remember, your heart is where your treasure is. This woman's heart is in being an example for people who look like her, people of color, people of oppression, sufferation, okay? And she's telling us that she's instilling public confidence, right? She's like, follow me, lead the way. But when you look in that woman's eyes in the beginning of this video, she looks distraught. You are now listening to ReligionWinked TV's podcast.
All day long.
Where you can get all your spirituality for sure. Not too certain. Didn't really look like there was a smile under that mask, if you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, shalom, everybody. God bless you and have a great day. Thank you for listening to my podcast. And we'll do more of these to come. All right, peace.